OnePlus Nord, a phone with which OnePlus is going back to its roots, and Galaxy A71, a very balanced and feature-rich mid-range phone from Samsung. Which one of these is a better overall package, and which one of these should you buy? Well, let's find out in this detailed comparison. In terms of design, both phones are quite nice but follow different design philosophies. OnePlus Nord has this sophisticated and understated design which looks quite elegant, whereas the Galaxy A71 has this cool rainbow light effect and a unique pattern which is quite eye-catching. I personally find the OnePlus Nord more appealing, but also feel that they have played it quite safe with this one. In terms of dimensions and weight, the Galaxy A71 is definitely much bigger, but it's surprisingly slimmer and more lightweight compared to the Nord. The OnePlus Nord does feel a bit hefty for its size, but in a good way. It feels more premium in the hand thanks to a glass back. And while the frame is plastic, the buttons are still metal and feel quite tactile. The Galaxy A71 on the other hand is fully plastic, and you instantly realize that you are holding a budget phone in your hand. Along with this budget build, you also have to compromise in terms of protection against water splashes. There are no seals to keep the water out. Basically, you get zero protection with the A71. With the OnePlus Nord, however, you get some protection. You don't get any IP rating, but this phone will easily survive light rain or water splashes. So overall, in terms of design and build, OnePlus Nord definitely takes the win. Display is one area where both these phones bring their A game. On one side, you have the massive Super AMOLED Plus display of the A71 with this tiny punch-hole camera and slim bezels. On the other hand, you get a 90Hz fluid AMOLED display with HDR10 Plus certification and this pill-shaped camera cutout. In general use, both displays are excellent. However, for media consumption, A71 will give a better experience thanks to its bigger size and smaller camera cutout. On the other hand, for gaming, that 90Hz display of OnePlus Nord makes things extra smooth, although only for games that support it. Even for general day-to-day use, that 90Hz will make the experience smoother. In terms of brightness, both panels get quite bright, but OnePlus Nord has an edge. Also, OnePlus Nord supports HDR in Netflix and YouTube, whereas the A71 only has HDR in YouTube. However, when it comes to minimum brightness, OnePlus Nord does not get as dim as the Galaxy A71. Even in terms of viewing angles, the A71 is much superior. OnePlus Nord gets quite dim off-axis while also displaying these weird purple-green hues. Based on this, I can conclude that even though the OnePlus Nord has faster refresh rate and can get slightly brighter, the A71's AMOLED panel feels slightly superior with better color reproduction, much better viewing angles, bigger size and smaller camera cutout. Now let's talk about the audio experience. Both phones have single bottom firing speakers. They get pretty loud and also sound good. Here is the audio test from both speakers. I think the OnePlus Nord has an edge here. What do you think? For listening to music via headphones, only the Galaxy A71 provides a 3.5mm audio jack, and so obviously it's better. You can connect your headphones with the Nord, but you will need an adapter for it. The earpiece sound from both phones is great, and you'll be able to hear your calls easily even in noisy environment. So this round goes to the Galaxy A71 thanks to the inclusion of an audio jack. Now this is where things get interesting. OnePlus Nord is marketed as a budget phone with flagship cameras, as it has the exact same rear camera setup as the OnePlus 8. It has OIS for its primary camera, which is quite rare for this price segment. This is also the first OnePlus phone with dual selfie cameras. On the other hand, the Galaxy A71's camera setup is also quite capable with higher resolution primary, ultrawide and macro cameras compared to the Nord. Jumping to the actual image samples, the A71 images look more vibrant and have much better dynamic range. The samples from OnePlus Nord are sharp but look a bit desaturated and quite contrasty, so much so that you are losing a lot of details in the shadows, which I am not a big fan of. There is nothing wrong with the camera hardware here, so it can be easily fixed with future software updates. You can notice similar image processing issue even with the ultra-wide samples. The A71's ultra-wide has a much wider field of view, making the shots look more dramatic. The macro camera of OnePlus Nord was straight up garbage initially, but now, with the new updates, it has improved slightly, but even then the macro lens of A71 reigns supreme. Coming to the front camera, both phones do a really good job, but OnePlus is slightly sharper. And the addition of an ultra-wide lens makes it more versatile, giving the edge to the OnePlus Nord. Coming to low light, OnePlus clearly has an advantage here thanks to OIS. A71 captures decent low light shots, but there is too much noise in some extremely dark areas, while the OnePlus images are noise-free yet sharp throughout. Coming to video, both phones can record in 4K with the primary as well as ultra-wide lens, and the quality is great. The focusing speed is also really good on both phones. Both can record in 4K even with the front camera. Only the A71 can do HDR video but at 1080p, and only the Nord can record ultra-wide selfie video. Both phones support Gcam and capture great looking shots. So overall, the cameras of both phones are quite capable and versatile. It's really difficult to choose a winner. The A71 is far superior in terms of dynamic range and generally captures better shots in daytime with all its rear cameras. On the other hand, the OnePlus Nord does a much better job in low light and also has a superior front camera setup. So I think I'll call this one a draw. In this department, the OnePlus Nord clearly has an advantage as it has the latest mid-range chip from Qualcomm, Snapdragon 765G. The Galaxy A71 only comes with Snapdragon 730, which is decent but can't be compared to the 765G. In terms of benchmarks, the OnePlus Nord is around 20% faster than the A71, which is not a small difference. To see how this theoretical difference translates to real-world difference, here is a speed test. As you can see, there isn't much difference between the two in general usage, and both offer excellent RAM management as well. Now, let's try some heavy tasks like video rendering. Here, you can clearly see the difference as the OnePlus Nord clearly outshines the A71. Also, gaming is an area where OnePlus Nord does much better, as the overall responsiveness and frame rate stability is better on the OnePlus Nord. Still, neither of these phones is made for gaming. If you want a powerful gaming phone in this price range, you should look elsewhere. Still, OnePlus Nord clearly dominates this round. OnePlus Nord runs Oxygen OS based on Android 10, whereas the Galaxy A71 runs One UI 2.1, also based on Android 10. Both these UIs have a strong fanbase and offer great experience. While Oxygen OS is all about simplicity and speed with a clean stock Android-like UI and superb responsiveness, One UI is all about flexibility with an insane amount of customization and extra features. I have made a dedicated video about One UI 2.1 for A71, which you can check out here. Even in terms of updates and long-term support, Both brands have committed to support these phones for 2 to 3 years, which is great. So, as far as the software experience is concerned, both are awesome. I personally prefer Samsung's One UI as I love all the extra features. But for most users, both software experiences will be great, and therefore even this round is a draw. Both phones come with big batteries, 4500 mAh for the A71 and 4115 mAh for the Nord. In my mixed usage test that lasted almost 18 hours, which consisted of 9 hours of standby, 5.5 hours of 1080p YouTube streaming, 1 hour of gaming and benchmarks, and 2 hours of other miscellaneous use including 4K video recording, Instagram feed scrolling, installing and updating apps, web browsing, etc. Both phones actually performed quite well and ended with almost similar results. However, this was with Nord running at 60Hz. If you run it at 90Hz, the battery life won't be this good. Both phones come with fast chargers, 30W charger with the OnePlus Nord and 25W charger with the Galaxy A71. As you can see, OnePlus Nord charges much faster thanks to a faster charger and smaller battery. But the A71's charging speed is also not bad. So overall, while the battery life of both phones is quite similar, OnePlus Nord's slightly faster charging gives it an edge in this round. Coming to security, both phones offer under-display fingerprint scanners. While A71's scanner is decent, the one on OnePlus Nord is so much better. Even for face unlock, OnePlus Nord is much faster. In terms of extra features, the Galaxy A71 comes with Samsung Pay, which is really cool as it allows your phone to be used as a credit card for making payments and works almost everywhere. It also has built-in FM radio, which the OnePlus lacks. OnePlus Nord on the other hand has a very useful alert slider. Also, the haptics of OnePlus Nord are much better. Neither of these phones miss out on any major sensors. In terms of connectivity, OnePlus Nord has a major advantage here as it is a 5G phone, in fact the cheapest 5G phone in India right now. Other connectivity features are more or less same on both phones with regards to Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, NFC, GPS, etc. So this round definitely goes to the OnePlus Nord thanks to the faster biometric authentication system and future-proofing with 5G. Okay, so overall, OnePlus Nord wins this comparison. It has better design and build, has better performance, slightly faster charging, better connectivity and faster biometric security. On the other hand, the Galaxy A71 has an awesome display, great audio, equally good cameras and battery life, and pretty cool unique hardware and software features. Even though both phones are made in India, the Galaxy A71 is easily one of the best phones from a non-Chinese brand. So overall, OnePlus Nord is a really good all-rounder, while the Galaxy A71 is great for media consumption. You'll be happy with whichever phone you choose. Alright, that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Please like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel for such high quality comparisons and reviews. Thanks for watching.